Chuggalos, welcome back to the last day, hopefully the best day of the Brew Crew podcast Advent Calendar 2023. I decided to change up the angles a little bit. So I've got the stream deck, I've got my phone casting some light. We're high class here. And today we're bringing it home strong, as I hope, with Cinderlands Lotta Sap West Coast Holiday Beer. Interesting, 8.4% pint can, as we know from our friends at Cinderlands. I'm excited, and just on the can, it's just a Christmas tree on, like, you know, the family wagon. So we're going to go with the crack. It was not primed. Oh, there it is. Excellent. Holiday West Coast. So I'm hoping for a lot of, like, spruce, a lot of things that elicit the holidays, but more, as much as you can do it with the beer. Hopefully not spice, rather than, like, the botanicals, if you will. That is delightful. It was interesting. I was just talking to Chuggalo Mikey. I was trying to pull him into this episode, but his Christmas Eve day is earlier loaded and mine's backloaded, and I want to make sure that I get this episode up. I also want to mention another piece of swag from the Barrel House, Dayton Loves Beer. Just picked that up here a couple days ago, but with that, as it's the last day or whatever, I wanted to pull in the best friend. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but that's fine, just with schedules and everything. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't come home tonight at like 10:30, 11 or whatever and try to rush this one out. Okay. This beer is absolutely fantastic. Let's go check out a little bit about Cinderlands. Okay. So we'll go back to the website. And again, it's Lotta Sap. It's an Imperial or double IPA, 8.4%, and hovering right around 4. And I like this. So spruce tips, excellent. Sweet orange peel, totally get that. And a cavalcade of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different hops. Wow. Just busy, but well balanced and refined. Check out the website, Cinderlands Warehouse. We've done them before on the mothership. So they're just outside of Pittsburgh. And so we go forward. You can find out more, again, if you're just listening to this, getting your audio pleasures, cinderlands.com, right outside of Pittsburgh or inside of Pittsburgh. And if you go to their About Us, that's where it has like all the locations you can get this beer. We got this beer, obviously, at the Barrel House, so Western Ohio. But again, availability subject to change. This beer is an absolute banger. Not too much when you do their About Us. And they do have a newsletter, but you have to sign up for it. I wish I knew more about their what they were about. Unfortunately, there's not a lot at cinderlands.com. So while it's a very eye-pleasing, I want to learn a little bit more about your brewery. But okay, so we've exhausted what we can get from the website, so we'll go back to the webcam. Okay. This is a dynamite brew. I'm sorry, casting all the shadows because of where my light is. It's interesting because last year, as Chuggalos may remember, my beer of the year was a Spruce Tip IPA out of 49th State in Alaska. This is approaching that level. That sweet orange peel really balances out the pininess or spruciness of those spruce tips. Almost a little bit too much, because I like that spruce. I like that pine. The fact that it's a West Coast, even better. It doesn't feel too cloudy on the palate. Everything comes out very strong. And the 6 different hops seem to be well balanced. Nothing, sorry, Stacy. Nothing wins the day. Citra, my favorite hop, and typically one that's the most prevalent, especially in West Coast. But everything else seems to be balanced out and well constructed and conceived here. This is crushable, even at 8.4%. I would definitely look forward to having 4 or 8 of these in my fridge at any one time, and I could do multiples of these back to back just because it's so inviting and so refreshing to the palate. And that's what I like about West Coast typically spruce, is they clear the palate. It doesn't linger on the palate, but then you go back for more to get that reinforced value from that drink. Man, it's dare I say crushable and juicy all at the same time, and 8.4% with a double, so it's a little bit bigger than that sweet spot where you like a 7 to a 7.5 for like a single IPA, like a Truth being at a 7.2. So for a little bit more of a butt on it, a little bit more of that ABV, you get so much more sweetness from that orange peel. I wonder if they would pull that orange peel back a little bit, if it would increase the ABV in it and give it a little bit bigger of a butt. But this is a very approachable double IPA. And I could see why they put the holiday in it. One doesn't think of orange as a holiday fruit, as it just persists throughout the year. But the interesting thing with this is orange and cinnamon or whatever are very prevalent flavors in a lot of holiday, cookies or smells or whatever like that, just because orange elicits that sweetness. Okay. Would I rather have this or the Tetraplex? I think the Tetraplex, because this is a little bit sweet, but I like this. The Tetraplex might be a 1 or 2. You could drink this as long as you're not going anywhere for the day, just holidays with friends or family, sitting around. This is a delightful beer. Off the top rope, I'm going to go with a 4.25 for this. I don't think that Tetraplex is going to be as easily acquired as this beer. So the availability of this beer is going to make it that much more desirable, because if this is right in your wheelhouse or something that you would crave, the availability of it's what's going to make this beer a little bit more approachable, hopefully. But all right, so 4.25 Cinderlands, Lotta Sap, West Coast Holiday, DIPA. And again, typical Cinderlands understated can. All right, so you'll have to check out JT and Phil if they go into the can art a little bit more. All right, as this is the last episode and we're Christmas Eve, the last episode of this year's, our third annual Advent calendar, just a bunch of outshouts. First and most importantly, sorry, Stacy, to my partner JT. 6 years ago, we started this podcast. 3 years ago, we started doing these Advent calendars, and it's just been dynamite the whole time through. It's nice scheduling these out and bringing the mothership and doing all these special episodes for everyone. It's been awesome to have you as a partner, and thank you for putting up with me and all of this. To our friends at the Barrel House, Sarah, for putting these beers together. Again, dynamite job. We're only going to get bigger, with more beers. I know we were talking a couple of days ago, and better. I can't wait till next year happens. I know we've talked about having a mid-year one as like a quencher or whatever, but I think having this tradition and always going with it has been something that's paid off in dividends. To Stev, to Svil, to Chunkle Mark, to Deuce, it's awesome having the ancillary company that has supplied us with so much merriment and joy, especially when we did the Avery beer. I believe it was the Avery beer. No, it wasn't the Avery. On the 17th when we did the Mothership. It was great. That 2 hours flew by. It always does that day. There's so many voices and so many opinions, and everyone's right. No one's wrong, and we just, we don't have groupthink, and we bust out of the seams. To my up north crew, Ryan and Michelle, again, delightful. I know Ryan sent me 3 episodes. It's harder to upload all this stuff when I don't have my equipment, but those lost episodes will get uploaded when I get back and I have my equipment. To Kate and Team Smoke Show, a lot of those reviews fell off, but like her Tetraplex or whatever, I loved incorporating Kate's reviews into the podcast, if you will, the Advent calendar. Gosh, I'm probably going to be forgetting someone, and if I did, thank you. This is your very special thank you. But again, these are awesome to do. 3 years of doing it, so math in public, 72 days. I haven't missed one. they've always got out on time. We've been close. Last year we had a couple of close calls. We beat the clock by 15 minutes, but this is just a love fest for all of the Chuggalos out there. I love doing it. I will still do advent calendars even if video cameras goes away. Maybe we'll explore VR or smell-o-vision or something like that. I love hearing from all the Chuggalos that give us tips and tricks during it, and people that are going to claim their spot for next year. But it's nice being able to reach out. I think with being able to talk to Matt and Amy a little bit a couple of days ago, I think I was able to interface besides Chunkle Mark, but we did it when we built it. I think I was able to interface with all 16 of the advent calendars throughout the year too, which again is why we do it, is to build that community and the conversation as always, which we do on the mothership. So again, this is going to be Matt signing off for this year's advent calendar. I got another couple of days off. I've thought about doing something special just as a hallmark, as a thank you, as a bonus, and maybe we'll get to that. But outside of that, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Cheers.